And starting.
And off.
Hey, welcome everybody to Astronomy Daily Live. It's 2 hours UTC, and it's time again to gather your kitties and all things astronomical. And let's get together here for a little while and chit chat about astronomical stuff. She's looking at me like, what are you talking about? All right, well, cool. Hope everybody's doing well. This is just a fun, casual get-together each and every day, almost every day, to sit back, relax, think about astronomical things and spacey things and sciencey things, and pretty much nothing else. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. So yeah, hope everybody's doing well out there in the universe and the world. Things are good here, just sort of a normal day. I did make my weekly recording of the music from the Hearts of Space. Haven't had a chance to listen yet. Looks kind of interesting. You know, the waveforms looked a little bit interesting, so maybe the sound will too. Who knows? All right, I'm looking in the chat. There's Uncle Bill. He has been there for a while. Hey, Uncle Bill. Great to have you here. Tom is in the chat as well. Chuck, excellent. Far out. Glad to have everybody here as normal. And on the panel is Bobby. Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. And may I also introduce the captain of USS Alta, Captain Atalanta.
Property of Starfleet.
Yeah. 2061.
2161.
2161.
2161. So, that implies something interesting about Atta that I'm just saying that 2161 supposedly it's 2019, so there's discrepancy there, but we'll sort of ignore that. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here, and sort of putting up with us extremely primitive types.
People, yeah.
So yeah. All right, well, cool.
It's fun to watch. Oh, before we get out into the heavy stuff, I have to tell you, the smart kid that I tutor, the budding astrophysicist, I'm getting him a new scope. He didn't ask for it. He never asked for anything. This is a Celestron portable. It's an 80 millimeter one. They started out a year ago with 70 millimeter, but this is 80. And what this has going for it, that the other scope didn't. Remember, I showed you that little first scope I let him have?
I think so, yeah.
The thing about it, this one actually has a tripod that comes with it, and you put it together like a regular scope. Yeah, it's 80 millimeters, ain't bad. Comes with a couple of good eyepieces. But this has a tripod that you can level. And the trouble with the first scope that I gave him, I have that back now, you had to find a place to sit it, a rock or a chair or something, because it didn't come with a tripod. It just, no, it doesn't. Here, I've got it back now that I'm getting him the new one.
Okay.
Abigail Haley frequency from the USS Earth radio.
Hey there, Ron. How are you?
All right. How you doing?
Great.
The first scope is just on a little thing like this.
Oh, little Skywatcher. Skywatcher.
Just sit it, but you couldn't. You needed something to sit it on as a perfect scope. But what got this?
What is that like? What size is that one there? Like a 127 or whatever.
Which one?
The one you just had.
Oh, that
No,
one?
the one you just had.
You mean the
What is
Celestron
that
portable?
size?
This one?
No, the one you just had, the one that you just stand on the rock or whatever.
Oh, this one.
Yeah,
No.
how big is that one?
It's not that big. I'd have to measure it. It's probably 70 millimeters.
70 millimeters. Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that.
All right.
But that's
It's called a first scope. It's really for children.
yeah.
What's interesting about this one,
Or for young and heart.
the kid got the idea for this one. Again, he didn't ask for it. I don't buy him stuff on demand. He was telling me about watching. He's watching that young man who bears an accidental, remarkable resemblance to Cosmic. The kid on daily space observations.
Right.
Well, he's subscribed. I mean, my kids have computers, so they could sign on to anybody they want. He subscribed to this kid's channel, and boy, he's tight with this kid. They're emailing back and forth. You know?
That's fantastic.
And
that's fantastic.
The kid is very entrepreneurial. That kid that runs that channel is no dummy. He isn't just good at science. He's also good at business.
Okay.
He's very entrepreneurial, and he reviewed a year ago the 70 millimeter version of this. And he works like, most kids. He's working with smaller scopes. But he has dealt with stacking software. He's done, things like that. This is a smart kid.
Right.
My student could do a lot worse than this guy for a buddy, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Nice. Really, really nice. Yeah, speaking of that kid, I'm gonna have to look at my settings because I haven't seen any of his new videos at all. So I don't know. I don't know if he's come out with any new ones recently or anything. But
his latest one, he is. I don't know how old it is. It's a little older. He was reviewing some kind of tripod.
Oh, okay.
Some kind of mount. He does, a reasonable amount of reviewing. I'll have to ask Jerry if he gets kickback for doing that. I mean, money of some sort. Right. I don't know. But the kid seems entrepreneurial enough. I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't making money in some indirect way.
Yeah. Well, good for him.
Reviewing. I did this little energy reading thing that one of my friends had on their Facebook page. A little psychic energy reading thing, and with your birth date, with your year, last number of your year that you're born, and your sun sign, which is your birth sign. Turns out I'm Angel of Cosmic Revolution.
Wow.
Now, the interesting thing about that is I want to buy the Revolution Imager.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my answer right there. I got to get it now. I don't have a choice.
All right.
It's definitely a sign.
All right. So do we say hello to Chuck? And we
hi,
want
Chuck.
to welcome Space Master in the chat.
Space
Master, where you been? We can use some information from our previous live streams.
Hey there.
Hey, Kira.
He's running behind. He's running behind. It's a holiday weekend. Give him a break.
That's right. I did say 80 millimeters. Yeah.
Yeah. And Kira H is here too. So hey, welcome. Nice to see you there in the chat.
Hi, Kira.
So cheers. I've got the hydrogen.
I'm glad to see that we did have some live shows on this weekend, which is holiday weekend and everything like that. So that's really good. And so not everyone took the holiday off, so to speak. And so I appreciate that. Of course, I didn't. I still did live shows, and other people did some shows. Amanda did Amanda did like 4 hours of Ringo Starr birthday
Yes, it's
celebration today.
Ringo's birthday today.
So,
Yes.
and he had a live
Yeah.
stream on Facebook, which I was actually watching at the same
Oh,
time
wow.
as when Amanda was doing her show. And I was watching the Ringo Starr live stream that he had, Peace and Love Foundation celebration thing to do every year, I guess. And
Nice.
so that was pretty cool. And
Nice.
I'm
He's
not really a huge fan, but I'm beginning to starting to understand why people do like what he's doing and everything like that. So
you know, I don't know exactly what Ringo is doing these days, but you know, the Beatles, that music is so fun to play.
yeah,
And one of the things about most of the Beatles songs um, um, that I've learned and played is that 90% of the song is like super simple, right? Just super. It's like, you know, anybody, right? But there's this little tiny piece that it's like, what are they doing? I cannot
it's
figure
like
out.
they make three chords working. I don't know how they make three chords work, but somehow they make three chords work. Normally,
Right.
it's not supposed to be three chords; it's supposed to be four chords or something like that. It's supposed to be some other number, not three. Three is not the necessary normal.
It varies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
But am
varies.
I right? Three is kind of small for the amount of chord compilation that you should have.
For rock and roll, it's like 3 or 4 is sort of the norm. Um, but you know, there's a variation there as well. But
I still
it's the
need your help
technique.
too on some of that audio stuff. So
Okay, yeah.
we need to get together with that.
We need to get together on that for sure.
Okay, so check the Discord because Uncle Bill asked the question. If he wants, and it's pretty much a dumb question about collimation cap. If he wants to convert on my existing focuser caps that he has an extra, all I need is add a shiny surface inside of a well center hole.
If I want to convert on my one of my existing focuser caps, all I need to do is add a shiny surface inside and a well-centered hole.
What are you trying to do?
You know, well, I think
collimate. Is he trying to collimate?
Yeah, he's trying to collimate, and you know, I've never heard of a collimation cap before, so I'm not going to have any kind of answer there.
No, I had a good question on that on the mirror design. I was watching making a mirror on a well, I was looking at an F6. I wanted to make. I still think
Right.
F6 would be good for astrophotography if you want the length, the focal length, in other words. And so I was thinking of an 8-inch F6. But now, how do you figure out the curvature when you want to grind your mirror?
And check the chat on the YouTube side.
Okay. Well, grinding a mirror is a tricky task, and what I suggest, I just pull down one of the books I have here. It's this
oh
one.
Yeah, making a telescope. How to make a telescope? I saw that book before.
Right, but this, I believe, goes
but that
into
gives you the basic idea, right?
Here, well, you know, there are sort of two major things when you're making a mirror. One, you know, is doing it, and then 2 is testing it, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to make sure the curve is correct.
Yeah.
You know, because you want a parabola, and that is sometimes hard. That means the center of the mirror is a little bit deeper than you know, the outside.
So how do you do that?
it's a tricky thing. What you have to do.
Tricky, pretty, tricky, pretty, pretty.
What-
Oh my gosh.
One of the easiest ways is what's called the focal test, and it uses a knife edge. It uses a razor blade edge, and a light beam reflected off of the mirror, and the details of that are complicated, but I would say look into something like that.
Okay.
And
I've seen that book on Amazon, I think.
Yeah, this is a great book. This is a really, really great book. I haven't made a mirror in 30 years. So
what was your first mirror you made? And what was your first one?
It was a 10-inch f5.6.
Oh wow!
Came out beautiful. I've still got it.
So that's good for photography, right? Above 4 is good. F4.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of the focal length is what I'm trying to think about. How to field of view or whatever you want to call it. I remember there was something about that number. Somebody said F6 would be a good number.
F4, F5, F6 is pretty good. When you start getting longer than that, then your field of view gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's not as great. Really, anything will work. Anything will work, right? But
for good photography,
usually want pretty wide field of view.
But I had one time. I had a mirror set made one time. It was a 7-inch f6, I believe it was.
Okay. Yeah.
And I never made the tube for it, which I would like to get that mirror set again and actually see what it does.
Great. Yeah.
But I didn't pay too much for it. It was like under $300 for the mirror set. So at that time, it wasn't too bad,
Yeah.
And, it was good quality mirror. I never got to test it though, so I wouldn't really know. But I mean, it would be something that would be an option to try now.
Nice. Yeah, I think you should.
I'm still trying to figure out my new scope I got, so we're gonna work on that.
It's all right. You can just juggle telescopes.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I would like to get another 90 millimeter and do it that way, and have a 90 millimeter binoculars. I know people that have done that.
Oh yeah. Wow. Pretty amazing.
Sure make a big view when you do it that way. So that's interesting. All right, so I'm considering ordering that camera. I'm looking more into that, and I've seen some nice videos of it, and I'm really impressed at what they give you.
What do you think of the video quality? I mean, it's pretty low res, right? The pixels aren't
compared to what I have now. Pretty damn good.
Okay, true.
A newcomer, John Ellis. Welcome.
Hey there, John Ellis.
Nice. Yeah, compared to what I have now, I didn't mean to be a smart aleck on that one, but
Yeah.
It depends on what you're going to photograph too. I mean, if you're going to be photographing deep space objects, then you got a problem. But if you're going to do planets and things like that,
well, the guy did photographs of he did a whole video on the planets. He did a video on the nebula.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes, so, I think you can go up to like a 10-second exposure, I think, on those things.
I mean, for a starter camera, just getting into it, the price, in my opinion, isn't that bad.
No.
Yeah, I'm really impressed.
What I like about OPT is the payment option, and since I already got credit with them, it shouldn't be hard to get approved, Yeah. And so that might be a pretty good option to do that, and I can pay it off anytime. But I mean, I can get it started,
Yeah.
And then I go with that, and learn the functionality of it and everything like that. And I should have a lot of fun with it. I think you guys might enjoy the results.
Yeah, sure would.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We'd like to welcome Astro Wide Channel in the chat.
All right.
Hey there, Astro Live. No, we're actually talking about the
Hi, Astro.
revolution.
Yeah.
Ron is looking at
Revolution Imager.
and yeah, it's a video camera, I guess, that you can show up on a screen. It's pretty low res, but the price is right. So yeah, it looks really, really interesting.
And what's
Really,
nice with that, I think you can also adapt that to a different camera. Like if you wanted to upgrade your camera and get a different camera, get a better one or whatever. I think you can do that.
Yeah.
So just attaching it to the system,
Right.
So that is something else to look at too, as far as upgrading. And as you're connected with the payment plan and everything like that, you can probably upgrade fairly easy without any, financial issues coming up right away where you got to come up with $1,000 to get into it or something like that,
Right.
So,
yeah. No. The price is right on that thing. $300, and you get the whole thing, a small screen and a power supply.
I like the screen.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a cell phone, so the screen gives you the option of showing what you're looking at on a screen. So
the other thing is you could pipe it into. I believe you can pipe it into your computer as well.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah.
And so that'd be nice too, which means I can put it right on Facebook Live or whatever.
Yeah. I think. I mean, I don't think I looked at the spec on that, but it looks like composite video or something. So that can plug into almost anything.
Yeah, and then he had what the guy was demonstrating is what was almost. He said it was almost live, So I guess there's a slight delay or whatever to it, or whatever. Processing, with the electronics and things like that. But
right.
I mean, as far as compared to trying to use a cell phone or using a more expensive camera, I mean, I'm looking at the cost effectiveness,
Sure. Well, and this system can do the moon, it can do the planets, but it can also do galaxies and nebulae and do the fake stuff too, which is cool.
Yeah, if anyone is interested, I don't have the link, but maybe someone else can find the link for it. But just look up the Revolution Imager, I believe by Celestron.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason why I was looking at it, was because it's by Celestron. Well, I happen to like Celestron stuff, so
it's a nice old reliable brand for sure.
Now, do you want a Celestron camera or you want a CWO camera that Astro Live is suggesting?
I was looking at the cost and what I get for the cost of what I'm paying. Of course, some have said that you don't really need a screen or anything like that. Well, it is kind of nice to have that,
Okay.
Absolutely. And that is one of the cool things too, is that you've got a screen. So if you have any friends, who want to look, it's like you just have
if you're trying to train a younger generation or a group of people that are just trying to learn something, and they want to see what you're looking at, and a lot of times when you show a picture, it's nice that you can show it on the internet, we can actually see it.
She's got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Of course she's got it.
I got it for the screen.
Yes.
So you got one?
The screen.
Yeah.
So you got one?
Yeah, it comes in a nice case too.
Yeah, nice. Now it's all you have to do is get some
now,
skies.
Now what's crazy about
I just have to get one.
What Astro
Thank you.
How did she beat me to it?
Okay. Check the chat.
I gotta get on over to there.
I'm checking the chat. Surveillance cameras. Okay. Yeah. You know, all the ZWO cameras look pretty good too.
They are.
And I know that you can get those through
Yeah,
OPT,
OPT, yeah.
Celestron. You know, I think you can get those all over the place. You know, the prices are a little bit more, but you know, you get what you pay for. So
Again, I think for the starting kit, just getting into it, and if I like it, then I can of course improve on the camera if I
Yeah.
want to upgrade and things like that. So for the idea of what I'm looking at and just trying to see if I'm interested in it, I don't want to spend a couple $1,000s on a camera and find out I don't like it or don't want to
right?
be in,
Yeah.
spending a couple $100 or $300 isn't that bad,
Nope.
Yeah,
Not at all.
and check the Discord live stream chat area on the server as well.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay. All kinds of gizmos over there. Cool.
I
Yeah.
gotta get over there and check
Yeah.
that
Thanks,
out
Uncle
too.
Bill. Yeah.
Thank you, Adam, for sharing that too.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
Thank you. I wouldn't even have known about it if it weren't for you.
All right. So I think what we should do is an object of the day. We haven't done one of those in a while. Let's do an NGC. We will have a Nightbot here choose our NGC object. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go bang. And let's see what random number between.
What's going on? Cool.
There we go. So we're going to be looking at NGC 7529 today. So it's probably a galaxy, but who knows? Who knows? Let's find out. So all right, I'm gonna.
Okay, I'll look real quick, and then I have to go because I'm
And,
doing it. So.
Okay.
And
I'll look real quick.
I also heard that the sun popped up what potentially is the SC25 sunspot. Just popping out.
Yeah, and that one might actually be one of the first solar cycle 25 spots. So I think they're still looking into that a little bit. But if it is the beginning of the new solar cycle. Yay!
So does that mean that we'll see more solar sunspots then?
That is sort of the idea. Yeah. Is that the activity should start ramping up a little bit.
Good.
All right, so NGC 7529.
Now I get that camera, like Etta just got. I get that camera, and I'll be all right.
Absolutely. So, of course, we're over on Simbad, which is a great astronomical database for all things astronomical. It can be galaxies, it can be stars, it can be pretty much anything.
I wonder if Stellarium has, you can search NGC and stuff. I'm about to go check it out.
I think you can.
Oh, yeah,
sure
I think so. And
yeah.
You can look up anything that I think is in the catalog.
You can
pretty much anything.
Yeah,
pretty
you
much.
can do NGCs and Messiers and anything you want.
It's below the horizon too.
Probably at the moment it is, but I'm looking at the right ascension and declination here, and it is definitely a northern object. So
what
right
number
ascension,
is that for? What? NGC
is NGC 7529 is our object of the day here, and Simbad is saying it's a galaxy. Let's sort of peek over here and see.
There you go.
Pretty small and insignificant one, but we'll take a
what
quick
do you call that? You look?
Was that nice? I mean,
that's a spiral galaxy.
Oh, spiral. Okay.
Spiral. Oh, and look, it's there it is.
There you go.
Okay.
I thought it was a blob at first.
Yeah, I thought it was too. Well, it still is.
Yeah,
why I
I
thought
was
it was-
actually.
That's why I
Now
thought it
zoom
was
that back.
electrical.
That's 7529, right? Zoom that back
I,
in.
I believe so.
7529. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is
I had to
using
put the
the
focus.
digital sky.
Okay, I gotta check out. I will see you guys
Okay.
later.
Okay,
All
Ron.
right.
Thanks for
All right.
coming
Bye
in.
bye.
Come on in anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, because so that the mobile version doesn't have the images explored for the objects and stuff. And later, Ron.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I've sort of switched over to the Sloan digital sky survey here, and as you
If you
can see,
wait until about 11:30, you might be able to see it rising too.
well, you know, I glanced at the magnitude of this thing, and this is a faint, faint, faint guy.
Oh gosh.
With the blue filter, its magnitude 14.6. So and it's really really small. It's like 1/2 of an arc minute in size. 30
Oh wow.
30 seconds in size. So it is small and it is faint. So that sort of implies that it's pretty far away too. But you can definitely tell it's sort of a face-on spiral. It's got some arms there. Here, I'm going to go back to Sloan here because the Sloan one is actually showing some pretty tight arms. So not quite sure if that would be like an SB maybe. It's not incredibly tight. It's not incredibly loose, but it looks like it's almost face on. See how round it is. Spiral galaxies are like that. They are usually round and flat. So that looks pretty face on because it looks pretty round. So okay, we're gonna keep moving through this a little bit. So really really faint. I think if you wanted to see this, you're gonna have at least a 16-inch scope, at least.
And that could be expensive, right?
Yeah, those tend to be.
Yeah, you can buy a house with one of those kinds.
Well, the Dobsonian ones are probably they're still probably several thousand, but
oh, they're the cheap.
I don't know if a 16-inch is like a price of either like a brand new car or a house, I gotta get myself a car first.
There you go.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, see, you just don't have your priorities right. That's all. So I mean, you definitely need a scope first, and then a house and a car. Don't worry about the house and a car. You need the scope first, right? So
my local observatory has a 16-inch Schmidt Cassegrain
nice
one, and I know that's really not something that homeowner would normally have.
And really, for telescopes that size, what is really the very expensive part is the mount. The telescope itself is pretty expensive, but a good mount, to be able to hold all of that and to be able to track and all of that.
Oh yeah,
that is. Big,
I think our mounts cost
for the telescope.
Oh yeah,
I intend to live in.
There you go. There you go. All right, so it's got a bunch of names, like they normally do. Not as many as I thought. I'm sort of thinking that since this guy is really really faint and really really small, maybe it's sort of been ignored.
Astro Live is suggesting that would a 14-inch would do the trick, or better 16.
Okay, yeah, I 14 maybe. Yeah, and I've when I say that, I mean naked eye, right? So putting your eyeball right on the scope, no kind of exposure or anything, just looking, you're going to see a faint smudge, maybe with a 14-inch, maybe. But that is a stretch. Even a 16-inch is a little bit of a stretch. It does have references here, so that's kind of nice. I don't see any kind of distance measurement here, but let's look anyway. Might just have velocities. Yeah, so that's kind of weird that it doesn't have any kind of distance measurement, or, well, sad, I guess you can say. But the velocities as it's moving away from us, all those measurements look pretty consistent. So yeah, I really don't know how far away it is. As I said, if you sort of assume that this is the size of like the Milky Way, it's got to be pretty far away, to look that small and that faint. And when you look at this through your 16-inch scope or your 14-inch scope, really, it's all you're going to see is maybe just this little bit in here, the central bright area, which isn't all that bright. You're not going to see any of this around here at all. Maybe a little bit of a fuzz, but not much. And this core is pretty faint too, so it would definitely be a challenging one to see. But it is part of the new general catalog, but that is definitely a challenging one, I would say, for sure. So, all right, well, let's see if there's anything else here. We got the velocities. Let's see if now I doubt in a very extreme way that the space telescope has looked at this thing, but let's look anyway. 7529. So here's the HST site that I like to go to. It's part of MAST, M-A-S-T. 7529. Let's see, 7529. Now, I really doubt, but we need to look anyway. You never know. Nope, nothing. Yeah, I didn't think so. So that's how it goes. It's a very understudied little galaxy here, but as I said, it does have a few references. So let's find out what. Well, let's see if we can find anything interesting about this guy. So this is talking about HCG 95, which is another catalog. Now, is this HCG? Is there an HCG in here? No, I don't see any HCG. So sometimes I'm not quite sure why these references are here. Ultra diffuse galaxies. I guess I would call this object that, but let's sort of see why this reference is here. I really don't know why. I'm just sort of curious as to why. And of course, it's all it has to be is mentioned to be part of this list. But let's go over to ADS here, the Astrophysics Data System, and pull up the paper. It looks like we can grab it from archive. That's kind of nice. ARXIV, or Chi, Greek letter Chi. Looks like a pretty big paper. Wow, 23 pages. Okay, so let's see if 7529. Let's just do a quick search here. 7529. Oh, there it is. There it is. So what is the context here? Properties of 29 NGC galaxies in the HCG 95 field. Oh, okay. So these are all galaxies sort of in the same area. You can see the right ascension and declinations here. And there's a
Kira
pretty...
is going to a big outdoor astronomy party this month with her local club. It's in support with their national lands, and there will be live music also.
Wow. Wow. Live music at a star party? That sounds...
What club is this and where is it going to be?
Yeah.
I think here is
Yeah.
from my part of the country. That's why I wanted to know.
Sure. Yeah. Give us a little bit more info there, Kira, if you want. And also, is this would this be your first star party, or is this a regular thing that you do? I'd like to find that out to you, because if it's your first, you'll have a blast. I mean, it's so great, to be able to look through a bunch of different telescopes and stuff. And these people love talking about their scopes too. So feel free, to ask things and look at the same thing, with different scopes. That's always a great idea. All right, so let's see here. It looks like there's a little bit of a spread, a couple degrees or so. So they're not like tight in or anything, but I'm going to go back to here to Aladdin, and let's sort of look around. Let's see if we can spot any more of those galaxies. We'll go to the Sloan survey, and then we'll zoom out a little bit here and see if we can spot any of these guys. Sometimes they're hard to find. Looks like Sloan, that's about as good as we're going to get. Let's go back to the Digital Sky Survey and see
So
if there's
Kira
anything
H.
else.
regularly goes to Sky Nights Observatory, but this event is a unique one.
Wow, that sounds very...
I don't know where you're from and where you normally will go to that observatory and where that party is going to be at.
Yeah. Any
I
info
don't think
that
you'll be able to make it, Bobby.
Probably not.
You might,
Probably not. So there are, some galaxies in the field, but we're looking at what coordinates here? What were the 7529? That's this guy. So he's at 859.32. Yeah. So when you look up here in the upper left, and if I go right on there, you can sort of see it says 859.32. Wow. So let's see if we can spot one of these other guys. This is at 859.32. Here's one that's at 823, so it's about 30 arc minutes south. Yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit hard, to locate each one, but it looks like they're all in sort of a group. I'm not quite sure what this M-M is here. It's maybe some kind of, it's a magnitude scale of some sort. I'm just not too familiar with that designation. It sort of looks like to me, that maybe it's some kind of a visual magnitude minus some kind of absolute magnitude, which is kind of a weird scale. But anyway, at least it's mentioned. That's kind of nice. 75 to 29. You can sort of see how it compares to the other galaxies in this area. So if m minus m for this guy is 33.18, if that number is smaller, then I think what that means is that this m is also going to be smaller. Is that right? Yeah. That's sort of a weird scale. But anyway, okay, but yeah, that looks like the only info that is here, though. Yeah, I'm only seeing that found once. Wonder, it does have like a UGC number. Oh, this way. Does it have a UGC? Yeah, 12431. I don't think that'll do anything. 12431. That's not finding anything there. UDG. No, that's not it. All right, well, let's move on. Poor thing is not getting a lot of attention here, but I'm gonna keep trying. So let's see. This is the 2MASS catalog. That's a huge infrared catalog. It looks like there are some radio observations. Maybe not of this object, but not a chance.
Yeah.
The abundance.
So you're in Pennsylvania. Wow, Q-Race is from Pennsylvania, just like Otto.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know where Coatesville is. It's quite a piece from where I live now. And I live out in the boonies in Pennsylvania now.
I see. Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll have some clear sky. It's this coming Friday, so yeah. Just wish really, really hard. That's all I can say.
I used to ride with shall we call them a motorcycle group out of Coatesville, PA.
oh wow. Okay. Nice. Buxmont Astronomical Society. Cool. Nice. Wow. So that sounds like a fun thing. How I assume the turnout is probably expected to be large.
Wow.
I hope so.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, cool.
You got some names there.
Yeah, nice. So, yeah, I'm not.
And Pagemaster will be attending the Oklahoma City Astronomy Club on the same day as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
my local astronomy club, as far as I'm concerned, and I don't care if they see this on YouTube, I think it's a bust.
Sometimes they are. Yeah, sometimes they are.
It's small. It's got a bunch of people. It's got a core of a few people, all of whom have known each other for centuries. And, I just think they operate the club as a get-together for these 5 guys. And doesn't matter what's going on with anybody else. I don't like it.
Yeah. And I mean, you've tried to get in there, and it's just not a great vibe or anything. Yeah.
And they don't have, of course, they gave me the reason they didn't, because I basically officially told them I was going to keep up my subscription because they're a good source of information about what's going on in my area. But I said, as a beginner in astronomy, I found your club, next to useless. They didn't have any star parties, nothing.
Wow.
They had no, not the kinds of things a beginner in astronomy would need. Some looking at different kinds of equipment and learning the sky, nothing like that.
Right. Wow.
And I said, well, it was no help to me. And they got all bent out of shape about it. And I thought, well, get glad again. I don't care.
Yeah. No. Call it as it is, and if they're not doing well, then
They want suggestions for how they can get new members, and I gave them some. I said, you should have more hands-on star parties type things. Get people out there observing. I said, it's not that the lectures and stuff that they had at meetings were bad, but I can do better than that on the web. As far as getting somebody to talk to me about the latest news in astronomy, you can't do any better than the web for that.
Right.
I don't need to drive, 20 miles one way at night to listen to a lecture. I can get a better version of the web.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Now, these days, what you're saying is absolutely true. The information's already out there. So, these clubs have to do something else. They got to be hands-on. They've got to be interactive.
They got to give you something that you can't get on the web.
Yeah,
Our club doesn't.
Right. Okay. Well, it's more of a social, more of a social club. All right, Page Master, get some sleep, dude. Sounds like you've been up for a while. So that's how it goes. But
today,
yeah.
Take care of yourself, honey. Oh my God.
When you're working on things, which he probably is, and then it's like, well, you got to work until it's done. Sometime.
And anybody's gonna check me out after the show?
Sure. If she's still on,
I might, and she probably will. She usually goes at least 2 or 3 hours, I think. So
2 or 3 hours. Jeez, I didn't know that.
She's having a ball, so I think that is absolutely great. Absolutely great. So it's sort of looking like this galaxy is just sort of being a part of, some surveys.
You're still on Alta Cosmic on the live stream.
Oh, am I? Okay. How did I do that? There we go.
Yeah, that's much better.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. So, it just sort of looks like, this galaxy has been observed in relation, to different surveys and all of that. It doesn't look like there's anything really specific. Okay, here's back in 1999.
I got like figured the same day too, Uncle B.
What's that?
More like 4 to 5 hours instead of 2 to 3.
Okay, all right, yeah. No, she's having a ball, and she's making some great sound, and so I say, do it. Just keep doing it.
Yeah,
that's absolutely fantastic. Why don't we look at this? The arcsecond positions of UGC galaxies. So this does have a UGC number, 12431. So let's see if that's a part of this reference here from back. I think it was the Astrophysical Journal supplement back in 1999. So let's take a look and see if we can get an arcsecond position of this galaxy. That is oftentimes a challenge, because when you look at this galaxy, how do you define where it is? Is it here in the center? Is it this? Is it this? What exactly is the position of this galaxy when it's sort of spread out over a little bit? Usually, I think it's sort of decided that the center of the galaxy is sort of going to be the location. But all right, well, let's find out. enough speculation. Let's dive in and see what this guy is all
And made that to
about.
be true. A Twitch stream needs just an hour just to warm up and draw half the loyal audience.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. Well, and you got to warm up the bowls a little bit too, right? Got to get those things
I don't know.
humming
I
a little
asked
bit.
Jules one time, and I asked on Jules' one of Jules' live stream shows, has anybody has oven baked their meatballs while making spaghetti, and he just went like adult oriented. He says, "Yes, I do oven bake my balls."
All
Oh my
right,
god!
so here we are.
But yeah, I guess like oven baking your meatballs while you make spaghetti is tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good option. All right, so here we go. Our second positions of the Uppsala General Catalog, UGC. Let's just do our.
When you put breadcrumbs in there as well.
Oh, all right. Lots of good recipes today for meatballs. Cool. All right. Well, I didn't see that one listed, so what are we going to do here? Position measurements. Okay. So, they are looking at. Oh, now that's kind of neat. They're actually using Space Telescope images. So, yeah, we should be able to find that then. Let's do UGC. What was it? I don't remember. 74, 70. What was the UGC number? 12431. Let's see if that one's in here. 12431. And
Copy and paste, you big dummy.
no. This is much funner to frustrate Bobby a little bit. It's always great. All right. Well, that's kind of weird. So they're saying here that they are making observations using this, but maybe not that particular object. Okay, maybe that's where we are missing out here. Because, yeah, I'm not seeing that target name anywhere. Here's a bunch of notes. Wow, that's a whole bunch of notes. Wow. Kind of amazing. But I'm not seeing much of anything. Not in anything reference to our little object here. I'm wondering if they don't have the complete list here. You see how this is starting at 1 and going to 16. I think there's a few more than that. Yeah, in fact, it actually says right there that a portion is.
And check for Chuck Dagon's comment about our object of the day.
Okay. MGC 15914. Yeah, all these things always have a bunch of different designations. It's different surveys and whatever. But yeah, I think there is the MGC number. So yeah. But it sort of looks like it's probably in this list that they're not showing. We'd actually have to go to some kind of electronic edition and grab it that way. I wonder if there's a if there's a link anywhere. Let's see, the authors wish to thank, blah, 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 blah. Just a couple of references there. Let's see if there's any idea of where that list might be. Kind of hard to tell sometimes. I can hunt around a little bit. My poor machine is having a little bit of a fit here, but that's all right. This is the Space Telescope's form, so that's not what we're really looking for. Yeah. Oh, is this it? We examined EHDSS image. I don't think this is it either. Plus, this is a 20-year-old link. How many think that a 20-year-old link is still going to be there? Whoop, I did the wrong one. Let's do just that. No, I don't think it's there anymore. Oh, it's gone.
Maybe if you don't have a space, it'll be different.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. So, yeah, we'd have to actually go into the catalog and find it and all of that. And, yeah, we can let somebody else do all of that stuff. This is just trying to measure, positions of these guys. So it looks like they have a map here, though. Differences between our measured right ascensions and declinations and those from the USNO A catalog. Okay. Yeah, so you can sort of see that there's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to measuring the positions of these things. It's not a lot. This is 5 arc seconds on a side, so it's not huge, but significant, and that's how it is. We really don't have an exact location because it's fuzzy, and it's hard to measure those kinds of things that way. So, all right, well, nothing incredibly interesting there either. Let's see if there's anything else. Arc second positions. Okay, they updated the Zwicky catalog UZC. Does that have a UZC number? Oh, it does. Yeah. Which is just the right ascension and declination of the object. It's a great name. Gives a lot of information. There's a lot of astronomers who whine about these weird names. I don't think there's anything weird about that at all. I think it's extremely informative. I know exactly where that is now. Kind of neat. All right, let's see if there's anything else. The total magnitude, radius, color indices, color gradients, and photometric type of galaxies. Wow, that sounds like a huge list. Why don't we end the live stream tonight looking at that? See if there's anything incredibly interesting or useful there. Looks like the publisher was nice enough to. Well,
let's just blow this joint anyway.
Let's see if this one. No, I tend to be stubborn about these kinds of things, so we need to dive into this and see if we can grab it here. It looks like maybe. Yay. So the total magnitude, radius, color indices, color gradients. I don't know if I've ever heard of the color gradient. I'm not quite sure what a color gradient is. Yeah, they talk about it there a little bit. Not quite sure what a color gradient is. Come on. In addition, colors and color gradients characterize the stellar population and the amount and distribution of absorbing material. That's the stuff in between it
And we're about to
and
lose
us.
Ata. We just lost
I
her.
think Ata is about to beam up. She is beaming up to the ship. I'll be joining my own ship soon. I always get that little ringing in my ear beforehand. That way I know when to stop. So haven't heard anything yet. So let's see, gradients. I guess I'd like to see a picture of a color gradient because I'm still not quite sure what that means. Color gradient. T-phote. What is T-phote here? So these supposedly are color gradient plots, and there's a T-phote. So what is that? Relation between the color gradients and the photometric type. Photometric type. Huh. I guess I don't know what a photometric type is now either. Man, I'm just being incredibly dense tonight. That's all right. Metric type. Photometric type. Photometric type, huh? Is defined to statistically match the morphological type. Okay. So it has to do with morphology. The kind of shape it has. Okay, kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that kind of a relationship before. So color versus galaxy shape. Huh, kind of neat. So let's see if our target is in here. We're going to try to look for, let's get rid of that one. Let's go back here so I can remind myself what the name of this NGC was. 7529, okay. Let's go here. So let's see if 7529 is here. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah,
Might be under
29.
Oh, that's probably why it's not there. 29. Oh, I still don't see it. So maybe it's a UGC. Let's look and see. Was it 12431? 12431. Oh, not seeing that either. So probably, most likely, as with a lot of these things, there is a lot of other data elsewhere. So they're not going to put it into the paper anymore. They're going to have that as a separate list. But let's sort of go through here and see if there's anything incredibly interesting. I'm gonna back out just a little bit here. What we got here? Growth curves. Those are complicated things. I'm not going to get into that. So here are the magnitudes. The number of 14th magnitude galaxies. What is around 420-ish or so, something like that. Okay. So that's red. So here are these colors versus photometric type, which is like a morphological type. Kind of neat. It looks like they fit some what look like some straight lines through these. Kind of hard to tell exactly what is going on there, but kind of neat looking. Let's see, okay, so this is just a comparison between two surveys. So, perfection would be everything would be exactly on a straight line. There's a little bit of a spread there. So, yeah, there's a little bit of a difference between those two. That's sort of normal. Let's see what else we have here. Some pretty large error bars here. Kind of hard to tell what's going on there. Yeah, see, so they're talking about thousands and thousands of galaxies. So they're not necessarily going to list them. But look, they have a link. Let's see. So I think this is a pretty old paper, 1998. So let's try a 21-year-old link. Place your bets.
Maybe if you get rid of that parentheses, it'll be better.
Very possible. Nope. Yeah, I didn't think so. So yeah, I'll bet you that list is out there still, but it is definitely not there, right? So
you can always use the Wayback Machine for that.
True. I think if we were so inclined, I'll bet you that we'd be able to find that list, and I would think that this object would probably be in that list. This paper, of course, is just looking at everything in sort of a statistical way, to get an idea about the population and what kind of objects they are looking at. So, all right, very, very cool. These kinds of things just take an enormous amount of work, just an incredible amount of work. So it's always impressive to see that, and to think about how much time and effort goes into these things. It's just absolutely amazing, absolutely incredible. So, all right, well, cool. Well, little galaxy there. Looks like it's been observed in terms of catalogs, some pretty interesting ones. It looks like, but I think otherwise, pretty lonely little galaxy out there. So, all right. Well, I'm noticing what time it is. It looks like it's 3:13 UTC. I've got a little bit of this left, so there's no major crisis yet. But I think I'm going to get on out of here for today. So I'm going to check the chat.
You're going to check me out after this?
I might pop over there. Yeah, there's a possibility of that. John Ellis, nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Come on in anytime. I'm here every single day, 2 hours UTC. Sometimes I have to skip, but I definitely like to be here all the time if I can. So, all right, well, tomorrow it shall be. I'll see you all then. And I think that's it. All right. Peace, cheers, and all that. Live long and prosper. And I will see you in a little less than 23 hours. Just one rotation of this planet. Now it's a fast spinning ball. So you got to hold on to your hats and don't get dizzy because we are moving. We are moving fast. So, but I'll be back. All right. I'll see you later, everybody. Bye.
Later.